Now to 1958, and a plane crash at a German airport that killed 23 people, including 8 Manchester United football players. Of course, it was the Munich air disaster at that time.
Well, the story of the Busby Babes and how the team was rebuilt after the tragedy is told this Easter weekend in a one-off BBC drama called United. It stars David Tennant as coach Jimmy Murphy, and here it is.
Anyone in today from Doncaster? Good, happy days in sunny Doncaster. What about Salford? Any Salford lads in? Have we got Barnsley? Yes, the brass bands of Barnsley. Good lad. Anyone in from the beautiful Black Country? Here it is, Dudley, Dudley. The North East, beautiful. New edition from the North East. What about Charlton? Good.
And then they go out and hammer them, don't they?
Yes.
Hello, David. It's nice to see you. Did you know much about that Manchester United side?
Not a great deal. I knew that it happened. I knew that it was, you know, a historical event, but I didn't know many of the details. I'm not a huge football aficionado, but I got sent the script and I was just so bowled over by this extraordinary tale and by the not just what happened on the airfield and the terrible tragedy, but then what happened afterwards in the immediate aftermath and how this team rebuilt itself.
In a very short space of time.
In a fortnight, extraordinary.
And your character, Jimmy Murphy, who's the coach for Man U, was the man who did it.
He was thrust into this de facto manager position, which is something he didn't want to do. He was very much a backroom boy. He didn't like the spotlight. He liked hiding behind Matt Busby's kind of public face, and he just liked training the boys and finding the new players and nurturing them and bringing them up. And suddenly Matt Busby's at death's door, and it's left to Jimmy to sort of pretty much single-handedly make sure that Manchester United carry on.
It's difficult to put yourself in that time because it just must have been such an enormous shock for this to have happened.
That's the thing. It's hard to get into the mindset of a modern-day equivalent. It's sort of like Wayne Rooney, David Beckham, Steven Gerrard are suddenly wiped out.
And this young team with
full
so
of
much
potential,
promise.
with you know the stars of then looking forward into conquering the world, and this terrible arbitrary blow.
Yeah, I mean it's a very important film in that respect. What I love about it too are the period touches, though, because it is such a different game in those days, 50 years ago, from the way to the football boots, but also the lifestyles of the players too.
Well, and the fact that they were on starvation wages, and
was it £15 a week?
Yeah, they all lived together in a boarding house round the corner, and
no sponsorship on their t-shirts, little things like that.
Yes. Although you do see they feature in the film the very beginning of sponsorship. You got Duncan Edwards, who was on a poster for an energy drink, which they just sneak into the back of shop. But it was a whole new world, and what Jimmy Murphy and Matt Busby did at Manchester United was new. The fact that the players in the first team were teenagers in their very early 20s, it was brand new, and that's touched on in the film as well, that the professional players were in their late 20s, they were in their 30s, and it was unheard of. It was a real revolution that was taking place.
Yes.
Watching it, I was wondering, did that really happen? And was it really like that? I mean, they paid very close attention, you said, to
Chris
to
Chibnall,
detail.
the writer, and James Strong, the director, have been poring over this for years to get it as right as is humanly possible. They've spoken to all sorts of people. They've taken testimony from everyone that they possibly could. I dare say the film will go out and people will find reasons to quibble over certain details, but the research has been fastidious, and it's as close to the truth as we can find.
You mentioned Dougray Scott, who of course is playing a very good Matt Busby.
Yes, he's got that Matt Busby growl down to a T, hasn't he?
Absolutely, he has got it down to a T.
Yeah.
And he's quite a big football fan, isn't he, Dougray?
Dougray's an aficionado, he just wanted to be involved because he loves the game so much, and he was a great resource for us all, actually, in just checking our football facts. But also the whole cast, we've got these Jack O'Connell playing Bobby Charlton, Sam Claflin playing Duncan Edwards, and the whole this wonderful team of act. What's interesting is you've got all these young actors with bursting with that sort of potential in the same way that that team must have been.
And just very quickly, we've got less than 30 seconds. You met Harry Redknapp before
yes,
the film started.
Yes, we were shown backstage at a training session, and Harry, because Harry saw the Busby Babes penultimate match before the Red Star Belgrade match and the Munich crash, and he talked very persuasively about how extraordinary they were and how Duncan Edwards particularly was a football player unlike anyone he's ever seen before or since.
Yeah, and it's very sad he didn't survive.
Great to have you in, David. Thank you very much.
Thank
it's
you very
really
much.
good. United, your Welsh accent is terrific, and that's a hard thing to do.
And you're
bless you for saying so.
I think one of the longest sitting guests on the sofa we've had. You've been there for so long. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be here.
You sit very well.
Thank you. I'm very comfortable.
BBC Two, United, Sunday 9 o'clock. Very good.
Very good. That's it for us for this morning. Have a very good day. Enjoy the sunshine. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.